afternoon to you, Isak. So, does the inauguration of Felix Tshisekedi render the dispute over the credibility of the election outcome settled?
Thank you, and good afternoon to our listeners. Well, I think we've got to take the elections just as they are. The body which actually sort of had the last word, it was the Constitutional Court of DRC, and I think let us just take it that the elections are credible.
But what would happen then, Isak, if Martin Fayulu, the other opposition leader who believes he was robbed of victory in this election, launches another challenge? Does he have any other avenues to which he can now resort to maybe question Felix Tshisekedi's presidency?
Well, first of all, I mean to say that the issue, I would not say that he was robbed. I would not like to sort of concur with your statement that he was robbed, because, I mean, I'm just neutral. But I mean to say that the DRC has got its own constitution, just as South Africa has got its own constitution. And I think according to the constitution, the Constitutional Court was the last institution where he could go to. And I think there's no other constitution, other body that he can go to. And not only that, there's no other body, not even the United Nations, nor the AU, which has actually got the right to come and interfere and change things which the Constitutional Court has said. That's it would be a loss of sovereignty. I think that's out of the question.
In his speech yesterday, Felix Tshisekedi said, and I quote here, "We will promote Congo's development in peace and security, a Congo for each and everyone where everybody has his or her own place." How easy or difficult a task will that be?
Well, I think he will be able to do that because, I mean to say, for a start, I mean, the biggest complaint of the Congolese, it was not that the Congo was not united. The biggest problem with the Congolese people was this, that they did not want the then incumbent, who was Joseph Kabila. And now, since he's gone, I mean to say that's a new slate. There's a lot of room where he can actually come and foster unity. But that would actually sort of be up to him, whether he has got the tenacity of inviting all parties, even Fayulu, to come on board, to come and have a government of national unity and to go forward. He has got that capability. And I think he's one of the luckiest person who can actually do that.
How does Felix Tshisekedi move on with his relationship with the now former president, Joseph Kabila, given the questions that have been raised about it since the outcome from the election?
I mean to say that people tend to say that Tshisekedi is actually a puppet of Kabila and they've got an agreement. I think that is wrong. Yeah, but what we should know is this, that we should actually go back to the constitution of the DRC and look at how the government will be formulated. According to the constitution of the DRC, the head of government will be the prime minister, and the prime minister will come from the party which has got majority in parliament. And as you can see, the party that has got a majority in parliament is Joseph Kabila's party. So the prime minister will come from, I hope so, from the Kabila's party with other members, I suppose so. And that from there on, they're going to form a government. And that government will have to work with the presidency. That's not what Tshisekedi would want, but that's what the constitution of the DRC says. So just let's wait to see what will happen and what government is going to come out.
We've dealt with the politics. Let's speak now about the bread and butter issues for the people of the DRC. What is it that the average Congolese person wants addressed by the Tshisekedi government as soon as possible?
Well, I mean, the people of the DRC, the first thing they want is they want development. They say that they've suffered a lot, that they want development. And basically, that is true. Development has not been forthcoming in the DRC. And I think that's the first thing that they would want. And the next thing that they would want jobs. So they'd also like to see investment. But unfortunately, with the Congo DRC, it is quite a wealthy country. I think it could actually sort of overcome its problems within a year or two. But the issue is this, that the security situation in eastern DRC, that has got to be solved. I mean, the government of Joseph Kabila, people criticizing him But basically, that government, it was actually bogged down in the fighting in the Eastern DRC, where a huge sum of money had to be committed to military costs and expenditures, arms and things like that. So the first that needs to happen is the solution in the East. And that solution cannot take place without the assistance of SADC. SADC has actually got to come in and assist the Tshisekedi to solve that. And that it would even mean actually sort of bringing SADC forces to go and help him to stave off those rebels, because those rebels basically, they're being assisted from outside. And people say that those are ADF rebels, but basically ADF is a Red Cat army. And
very quickly,
ADF soldiers, simply because that army which is fighting in the East, they've got GPS capability, they've got capability of jamming communications, they've also got an ability of night fighting, of night sight. Those are issues and things which are with the Rwandan and Ugandan armies. So basically, I'm not saying that there's Ugandan, but they've got very sophisticated outside backers.
Isakom, I'm going to ask you to be very brief in answering my next question, and we'll make it our final one. You've spoken about what role SADC should play in helping rebuild the DRC, but what about the Europeans and the Chinese who have such a vested interest in developments on the continent? How much should the DRC rely on them?
You see, the Chinese have come in with a lot of infrastructural not assistance, but investments. Yeah, but when it comes to the Europeans, you see, the whole issue about the DRC elections, they got to be messy when the Europeans, that is the EU, the EU, France, Belgium, and also American business interests, they started interfering in the political process of the DRC. I mean, to say that the DRC people, some of them say that Fayulu basically was not the choice of the Congolese. It was a choice imposed on the Congolese by European business interests and the European Union. So basically, they could come in as investors, but they should not come in there to come and interfere in the politics of the DRC.
All right, Isakom, Africa analyst, speaking to us live from Johannesburg this afternoon. Thank you.